Good morning, guys. Okay, I think I got everything right. I've been trying to make this video come out right. This morning, I want to talk about some of the things that's been going on. Stacey Dash, Jada Pinkett in the Oscars, and just some of the kind of to share my opinion on that. I did a video, I think it was last year, and it was on my YouTube channel, really, that I don't use anymore. I'm going to have to try to find out how to get those videos over onto my new active channel that I use. If anybody knows how to do it, let me know. But I made a video called Are Black People Too Loyal? Well, no, I think the title was actually Black People Are Loyal to a Fault. And at that time, that was talking about the minister, I think his name was Jamal Bryant, who had made a insult to black women and to, really, if you ask me, to all the black people in his congregation, when he made a statement saying about these hoes ain't loyal. Nothing happened with that. His church, from what I hear, the membership grew. The women were jumping up, screaming, laughing at it, thought it was funny, and they remained loyal. Despite that, it's been, so many things that so many people that have insulted black people, black women, the black community, and nothing ever happens. They issue a half-hearted apology, and usually, it just kind of goes away. Usually the apologies, in my opinion, are not even sincere. You can see that they're not sincere. And so black people remain loyal, And when I asked in the video, are black people loyal to a fault? What I meant by that does it hurt us? Is it a detriment to us to just continue to remain so loyal to abusers and people who insult us, hurt us, don't care about us, and we continue to buy their albums, support their movies, go to their games. It's like, it's okay, whatever you do to us. And so I think it's a problem, which is why I made the video. When you get to a point that you just allow anyone to do anything to you at any cost for any reason, it's not love and acceptance. We have been taught in this country, and I'm going to say black people, from the effects of slavery, that you put up with anything and everything, and it makes you strong, and it makes you better, and it's good if you're a loving and forgiving person, and God will love you and God will bless you and everything. And that's what has been beaten into the black person for centuries. Don't fight back. Continue to stay humble, continue to stay loyal, continue to stay faithful, and in the end you'll get a blessing, and in the end you'll get something good out of it, and you'll make them feel bad and they'll stop. It's really not the case most times, especially here in America, the way the attitude is, the way that people conduct themselves, the way that people follow those who are the ruling class, because that's not the ruling class's attitude. The ruling class's attitude is, if you insult me, or if I insult you, hurt you, do something to abuse you and hurt you, then it won't, then you just continue to, allow it to happen, and you'll be a good person. You you'll be a good person, you'll get rewarded, everything will be okay, but let me continue. And usually what happens is that it's not that they'll stop and feel bad, because they don't. They continue and they do it more. And usually with black people, they just continue to take it, and so it just becomes a very, very detrimental cycle that goes on, and that has been going on. So getting back to Jada Pinkett and the Oscars, first of all, to me, it's a very, very petty, very, very petty thing. I think it's a big, huge distraction. What a lot of people don't realize is that when this country uses its celebrities, any kind of celebrity, sports entertainer, singing entertainer, movie entertainer, whatever kind, comedian, whatever kind of entertainer they use, they are paid to do and say whatever those who pay them tell them. That's just the bottom line. They're going to do it because they don't want to lose all that they have. They don't want to be blackballed, and so when these people come out, or when they go and find certain people to come out and say things, or to be used as a mouthpiece for them, a lot of times black people get really, really upset, but it's done to distract and to carry your attention away onto something else. Now, there has been, and there's so much going on with black people right now. The biggest thing had been this big, huge surge in the attention on Flint, Michigan, and their water. But it could just be selfishness on Jada Pinkett's part, which I think that is a huge part of it. And I think also it could be somewhat also of a distraction. But let me get on to her selfish part, because these celebrities are, it amazes me how selfish they are and can be. All of a sudden it's us. All of a sudden it's let's do us. All of a sudden it's we're all black. And before that, Jada Pinkett and Will Smith and their children do not live a traditional black lifestyle. I mean, so many of these celebrities, sports entertainers, comedians, all that, you don't hear anything from them when black men are getting shot down, beat, killed. Black women are getting shot down, beat, killed, put in jail. You don't hear anything. You don't hear them being activists or voices for these people. You don't hear anything from them. It's as if they are completely detached. But then when a movie comes out, when their album comes out, when they are getting ready to have a game or something like that, they want support from the black community. And I think it's very, very hypocritical. Not only is it hypocritical, it's very, very selfish for her to come out and demand or ask from black people to protest or to boycott or to stand up in any kind of way about something that has nothing to do with regular black people. I mean, I don't know too many black people really who even watch the Oscars. Second of all, the Oscars were never meant, and if you ask me, for black actors and so forth. But more than that, what is them getting an Oscar going to do for the black community with all of the turmoil that the black community is in? How is that going to help the black community? Are they then is Will Smith going to then start speaking up against police violence? Is Jada going to speak up against police violence? I mean, as I said, I just think it's very, very hypocritical for all of these entertainers, all of these sports stars, comedians, all of them, to ask anything from the black community when they have not really been a part of the black community. This is where I go back to my video talking about is the black community too loyal? Because you'll take up that cause and forget completely what's going on in the real black world, down here with us and the regular people. Those people live a life that is so completely detached from black inner city or the black struggle. Many of them have been rich and celebrities for so long until they have no attachment to what is going on right now. The issue with Stacey Dash, despite the fact that she's just a complete blazing idiot, this woman, I don't know her lifestyle or her past or whatever, but this woman has obviously been so detached from real black people and from any type of black struggle until how do you expect her to say anything that would not only be uplifting, but that would make sense to the black struggle? I mean, that and as I said before, these people are used because they're paid. They're paid actors, they're paid entertainers, and so they're going to do whatever the ruling class tells them to do, to go out and say this, go out and make this statement, or you tell them such and such. And it could just be that, like I said, they're just straight idiots, because it's just certain people that they go and pull out. The Raven Simones, the Charles Barkleys, the Stacey Dash. I mean, they go and pull these people out. And I think a lot of it is just really just the anger. The black community, they say the things that white people can't get up on TV and say, and it will take it from them because their skin is like ours. But my solution and my answer to the problem is that these people need to stop being supported. If entertainers, celebrities, even all these big mega pastors, they have been sitting back not saying anything. When these people stand up and want support for a new book, for a new CD, for a new movie, for their game, I think we don't need to do it. Plain and simple, because it works both ways. You don't ask someone to support you and help you, and then when it comes time for them, when they need help, when they need a voice, you're not there. Your voice isn't there. How much influence could it be, and would it help if Jada Pinkett, Will Smith, some of these these local Michigan basketball players and football players would stand up and speak out against what's going on there. Detroit, in the school systems. These athletes and local maybe not the local entertainers, but definitely the Detroit Lions, some of these football players, the basketball players, they have the money to help put in to fix these inner city schools. So many of these Detroit schools are just completely uninhabitable for these children. They can't go to school. The teachers are boycotting, and it's not just Detroit. It's other inner cities. Every major city in America has a basketball team. They have football teams. They have celebrities with millions of dollars that can help the inner city, and they won't. They sit with their family in their big, nice, beautiful homes and their mansions, and they collect their money, and they do not have a part to play in the black community. And what kind of influence, a beautiful influence, would it be for one of them to come out and speak and say something and stand up for us? But they won't, because either they don't care or they're afraid of losing what they have. And bottom line is, if the public has made them who and what they are by supporting them in their talent, whatever talent they have, if we have stood behind them and supported them, then I think it's a fair exchange to ask them to stand up sometime for us and support us. So, black people are loyal to a fault, and it needs to stop. And we need to keep our money in our pockets and support those people who support us. And anyway, it's pretty much all I wanted to say about that one. We have to begin to love ourselves and stop allowing everyone to abuse us, you know. So anyway, just wanted to come in here and say that. Thank you. Comment, subscribe, and until the next video.